Hello everyone. Periodically, I will be posting announcements that review the previous week. These announcements may include some compelling quotes from your classmates, general reminders, comments on our work so far, and other helpful feedback. This is the first edition of our week in review and covers weeks 1 and 2. I think we're off to a great start thus far this semester. I know that there have been some points of confusion and some errors in Blackboard. This is why we have the class questions forum set up, so that when one person asks a question and gets the answer, others can learn as well. One helpful hint for you all in trying to find answers quicker is this search option. By clicking on the search button here, you can look for keywords, names, or phrases throughout this forum. For example, if you have a question about being a leader for group roles, you might search leader in the current forum, and then uncheck these two boxes, which will search the entire search forum for anything posted with this word. Now I can see all of the questions, comments, and answers posted with leader somewhere in the text. About email. If you need to email someone about an assignment, passing in something late, etc., the first person you should contact should be your group instructor. This means you should email just your group instructor. You do not need to email both of us unless you are unsure who the email should go toward. Also, please remember to address emails to whomever you're sending. Unfortunately, Blackboard emails do not list who it goes to, which makes it difficult to know who you are trying to address. Remember, you can call me Peggy or Miss Shannon Baker, and Kim goes by Kim. In other news, the Week 1 journals have now been processed and with some compelling finds. As you may remember, the first journal asked you to reflect on your needs as a learner. To help visualize the results of the 90 entries we received, yes, we have a large class, I've put the responses to some of the questions in a Wordle. Wordle is an online tool for creating word-based images. I like to use it for these introductory journals because it can also count the number of times each word is repeated. For the words that are repeated a lot, the word is represented larger in the picture than others. Here is a Wordle to the prompt. As a learner, it helps win my teacher. For our class, the willingness of the teachers to be open and responsive to questions received the most hits. This word has not been one of the most used in other classes, which shows how this semester's class is unique. Some of the other highly used words were giving positive and constructive feedback, being clear, and discussing expectations. These are words that are typically used a lot for this prompt based on previous classes. With all of this in mind, Kim and I will be writing some course evaluations for you to fill out anonymously at both the midterm and end of the semester. Also, if there's anything in specific you would like to address or comment on, you are welcome to email me directly. Hopefully, the discussion board has helped in answering questions, but I'm more than open to other ideas. Has anyone seen an instructor approach online course questions in a different way? Here is another Wordle to the prompt. As a learner, it helps when my classmates. I was surprised to see questions as another highly used word for this prompt as well. In this case, though, students responded saying that they not only wanted their classmates to help answer their questions, but also ask questions too. Asking questions of one another also happens to be exactly the role of the discussants, but anyone can do this at any time throughout the class. Other highly used words for this prompt included giving constructive feedback, being able to share experiences, communicate, and participate. Finally, I would like to end by sharing with you some information on why the course is organized in modules, why the module topics were chosen, and how reading, discussion questions, and journal prompts are written. First, the module framework we're using, that is read, view and listen, discuss, reflect, and apply, is a framework that some leaders in the School of Education already use, sometimes explicitly like here, and other times not. This is also a framework that requires us to engage with each topic area in different ways, individually thinking, group discussing, reading and viewing, and doing. Second, most module topics, like content integration and knowledge construction, are from the reading from week 2 or the framework for multicultural education from Banks. The overarching idea is that multicultural education takes place on all of these levels or in all of these different kinds of ways. In order to deepen our understanding of each area, we will spend a week or more on them. There are also some topics coming up that warrant their own modules, such as whiteness and self-actualization. In the past, these were presented as part of other modules, but the feedback from previous classes have strongly advocated for having more time to discuss, think, and reflect on these topics. Thus, they became their own modules. Third, about the choices made inside each module, that is, discussion prompts, readings, etc. Since this is a graduate course, all reading selections have to be research or theoretically based. I will also be using your responses to the Week 1 journal to find readings that pertain to your interests and/or specialization areas. Sometimes these readings may also be listed in additional/optional readings. If one posted here is of interest, please feel free to read. Discussion prompts found in the Discuss section of each module, found here, are broad or general in nature. This is intentional so that you can, as a group, grapple with the general ideas or points from the reading/videos. These are also the bare minimum you need to understand for each module. The journal prompts, on the other hand, found in the Reflect section of each module, are more personal and introspective in nature. Aside from group discussions and comments, this class is about you and your learning and reflecting on your own practice and past experiences. Lastly, this course is organized under the general belief that learning is not just about the product or the assignment at the end, but about the process of learning and the process of creating that product. This means that I not only care about what grade you get or what the final paper looks like, but I also care about how you got there, what you went through, how you were challenged, and how you felt supported along the way. For this reason, we will be doing a lot of work all of the time, but each piece and each step along the way is important and intentionally designed to allow you to get the most from this course. I know this will be a lot of work, but it is purposeful and exciting and at times challenging work to help us really begin to understand what it means to teach and learn in diverse classrooms. Keep up the great work. Sincerely, Peggy.